we didn't have physical bodies. There was a lot of stuff cut off from us at that point. We
Penises.
that is actually, I'm not even kidding. That is one of the things. We did not have a penis.
They were cut off of us, but we hadn't had them yet. But yeah, okay, go
We
on.
hadn't had them yet, and we
So
part of
we
it was we
grow
wanted
penises.
a male and female union, which elevates us further
So
in
we
life.
want we so because we wanted to fuck, we were like, yeah, let's go down to the cancer world.
Not just that, although very funny. Uh, not just that. It was, the taste of food is one. I mean, it's not like
We
explicit
don't get to
Mormon doctrine
enjoy
written
like
down, but I can
flavor in
extrapolate.
heaven.
This is really interesting because if the goal is to get back to the other place, but the reason why we left there and we put up with all the abject suffering is so that we could experience the like, human physical pleasures of this world. It seems incredibly counterintuitive.
Tired of
How
pizza? Come to
shitty,
heaven.
how shitty is heaven?
Well, so once we
S-
die, we
Sick
get
of boning?
resurrected later.
Come back to heaven.
We'll get resurrected and we'll have physical bodies in
We'll have
heaven
physical
forever.
bodies in heaven.
Oh wait, so we were spiritual beings that we come down and be physical so that we can go up and stay physical?
Yes.
Couldn't we have just gotten those in heaven?
Um, there's pre-eternal laws, the laws that are as eternal as God, and one of them is that that wasn't a
Okay.
way.
You know what this sounds like, Joel? Like there's times
The
I don't know.
spiritual meets temporal body law. Go
I,
on.
I don't know what kind of like work you've been in. If you've ever like gotten a job at a place maybe that's like sort of in motion and they're just doing their thing and it's like a little bit outdated, but they're everyone's running this the accounts through this software and they're like it's just what the last person did, we're just doing it, like this is just what you, and like
Hmm.
it's like no one ever came and been like, well, why don't you just give us physical bodies in heaven to begin with, and they're like well, because you can't just,
The
that's
rule.
not,
You
there's a
didn't.
rules like
There's a rule. We have the old
God
book.
makes the rules up, he can make the rules. It's just, it's like the end of Aladdin, he's like, well, am I sultan or am I sultan, and so he just like realizes I can just change the rule, let's just do that. It's
Yeah,
just
but in
like
their
it's so
version, you
silly.
can't do that. In their version, there's a law of nature that God can't transcend, and the law of nature is if you want to have physical bodies in heaven, you have to first go down and have temporal bodies on earth that suffer, and then you can go
Well,
up.
Carter,
Yeah.
do miscarriages come back to heaven?
Yes.
Do they get to stay in heaven with a physical body the rest of their eternity?
So there's a debate on that.
What's the answer? What's
It
the
hasn't
correct
been
answer though?
given direct doctrine yet.
Well, let's play
I
out
would.
both scenarios. Let's say that it is the
What are we
case.
waiting for?
Yeah,
It's so
we'll
funny.
get to it. Just a few miscarriages later. Let's say it's the case that they do. They come straight back to heaven. They get a physical body, and they get to stay in heaven for eternity. Do that to fucking everybody. Everyone should be a miscarriage. Done. There should just be like one like powerhouse woman down on earth just pumping out like pregnancy after pregnancy that just fail. And then we just like move on, right? Like that would be fine. In fact, you wouldn't have to do that. Just make us like be born of trees. Like, right? God can do it however he wants. Do you think God could make a tree give birth to a human?
I do not think so.
Okay, well, your God is a joke then. Like it's a joke to worship this like idiot who can't like figure out how to do things with all of his powers, but and his imagination is like just
It
lacking.
feels
But you
like
could find a way.
feels more extraterrestrial, like just like another type of human, just like
I've
Yeah, he's just
a
an
more
alien.
powerful
I've
human.
heard some LDS commentators theorize that he is just an alien and that they
Yep,
actually do fully believe that. And I don't,
yep.
but
I mean that makes more sense than this other silly stuff. But okay, so but the other scenario is that they don't. That means that a spirit comes down to Earth, experiences nothing, like doesn't get to the point where their brain is able to sense things, and then
Hmm.
turns off and goes back and has learned nothing and has no body and is just like a spirit without a body in heaven forever?
So at that point, they would just be sent back at another time.
They just try again. What was the point of the miscarriage?
We live in a fallen world. Things happen, and even though
No,
evil
we
happens,
don't.
bad
We're a bunch of
happens.
people from heaven. We aren't fallen. We came down here by choice. That's different. Your
Yes, we
fallen world
came
thing is
into a
gone.
fallen
If
world.
if we're all in heaven and we're like, God is
Yeah,
like,
let's go do
try this.
this. That's
This is
fun.
great. Let's try this. Then this is not a fallen world. This is like a second paradise.
We we knew that it would be a fallen and broken world. In the beginning, we God told us that it would be fallen and broken. There would be sickness and disease. Um,
Okay.
and we chose to come down here still,
And
despite that.
is all this in the book, or is this extra stuff that you're adding to it?
That one is from the book,
Okay.
the book of Moses, more specifically, and the book
Yeah.
of Abraham.
So do you have the entire Bible, but plus extra stuff, or some stuff is just changed out?
So we have the 66 Protestant book. We have the Book of Mormon. We have the Doctrine and Covenants, which is revelations given to Joseph Smith.
And the Book of Mormon takes
Then
place
we
in
have,
America, right?
yes, it takes place in ancient America.
Yeah.
And then we have the Pearl of Great Price, which is the Book of Moses, the Book of Abraham, and Joseph Smith's inspired version of the Bible.
You have to see that, like, some con artist in America wanted the religion to feel closer to home and said a bunch of stuff. You have to see that, right?
I I could see that as a possibility, but I think that there's more evidence to point towards Joseph Smith not being a con man. At the least, he was a genuine believer in Christ who wanted his dad to be baptized into a church. So he made up all of this hooky dooky to try to get his dad to believe and be baptized because he wanted
How
something for
is
his dad.
making it more ridiculous than it already was going to convince his dad? Like that's a ridiculous theory. Like,
His dad had a lot of problems with the problem of hell, the problem of suffering, um,
oh, so he was fixing
and
doctrine.
yeah. So that's one theory. And if Joseph Smith wasn't a prophet, I couldn't believe that there is a God. One, um,
Well, good. There is no God. You're on your way.
What is there any truth to these allegations that Joseph Smith was arrested as a con artist, posing as a necromancer and a charlatan, like a few years before he wrote the Book of Mormon?
so that is, if I'm not mistaken, those were the accusations thrown at him when they got to actually going into court. Though it was this man, I think his name was Josiah Stoll, and his nephew is the one who was bringing Joseph Smith in for questioning. Um, Josiah Stoll kept saying, "No, no, no, this kid wasn't trying to steal my money. This kid wasn't frauding me in any way. Um, he didn't do anything wrong." And the judge looked at the case, said, "Yeah, there's no foul play here. Maybe
Joseph Smith, the
maybe
founder
you
of the
could look at
Church
it
of
that way,
Jesus
but
Christ of Latter day Saints, was charged with approximately 30 criminal actions during his life and at least that many financial civil suits. Another source reports Smith was arrested at least 42 times, including in the states of New York, Ohio, Missouri, and Illinois. This is just a whole Wikipedia article about Joseph Smith's in the criminal justice system. And it's long, but it's worth reading through. Let's see, religious
I've listened
significance,
to a decent amount of them. I'm pretty sure
disorderly.
I, I might be misremembering, but any of the ones of him being like a fraudster were tossed out by the judge for not having enough evidence.
Carter, have you ever like looked into the Jonestown massacre?
I have Jonestown and the Ant Hill Kids. Heaven's Gate is like a number one classic of all cults, I
Sorry, let me just
swear.
read this
But
real quick. On January 12th, 1838, a warrant was issued for Smith's arrest on a charge of banking fraud for his role in running the uh, Kirtland Safety Society anti-banking company. So he made like a fake company to do banking fraud. Rather than submit to arrest, Smith fled the jurisdiction, escaping Ohio into Missouri. So he ran away from that. In Missouri, he was charged with treason against Missouri and allowed to escape custody and fled the jurisdiction, escaping into Illinois.
well,
So he was just running state to state,
so
getting away from.
also Missouri though, Missouri at that time put out the Mormon Execution Act, where Mormon were deemed as less than the cattle, and if you saw cattle out on the road, you were legally obligated to kill cattle because of the damage that they could cause. And so Mormons were frequently executed in Missouri under the Execution Act. So I don't think I trust Missouri's judgment on that.
Sure, yeah. Well, in 1844, his practice of polygamy was revealed to civil authorities. He's charged with perjury and fornication. After ordering the destruction of the Nauvoo Expositor, Smith's charged with inciting a riot. Rather than submit to arrests, he declares martial law and called out the Nauvoo Legion, which I'm not totally sure what that is. It's
Nauvoo
like some
Legion.
sort of a small militia of Mormons or something. I'm not totally sure. Could be indigenous peoples. I'm not sure.
Carter,
He,
what's the evidence of the? Oh, you're not done. Go ahead.
I mean, like it just keeps going and going. He keeps running away and escaping trials and stuff. He's eventually like killed by a mob, right?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
killed by a mob in Carthage jail.
What's the
This guy
evidence
sounds
that
like a lunatic.
this Missouri thing? What's the evidence that that's true, or is it just rhetoric from the cult?
Oh, you can look it up. It's Missouri Execution Act. I think it's Order 77, which, funny Order 66. But I think it's Order 77, Executive Order 77. Governor Lilburn Boggs
Yeah, I don't
instituted the
see it on
Mormon
this
Execution
page,
Act.
but oh man, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing to fall for. I feel like this is one of those things where if he was around today, everyone would look at him and be like, "This is Florida man. This is just like a drooling lunatic. There's no reason to follow him." And the few people who do are probably also just like cult members. But because it happened so long ago, there's a thing where I think about this sometimes, where like the people that you never saw, burp, fart, or have a zit. You kind of hold them in this weird esteem in your head. There's like a celebrity thing to them, but also a historical level of it, and so it's like easier to to fall for their trickery, I guess. Whereas, obviously in reality, this guy's making stuff up. This guy's running away from the law, and he has a very creative mind. I'm just like genuinely disheartened that anyone, especially you, since we've talked a few times, would like fall for such a clearly bogus, like neo mythological story.
I think the evidence within Joseph Smith's lifetime, not just like a quick glance at him, is actually very interesting and profound. The way that he carries himself, anyone around him, even people not affiliated with the cult would say, and I don't disagree with the use of cult. Maybe the way that you guys use it, but the word cult is not a bad word in my language.
Yeah.
Um,
What
but
were you saying about the
even
Heaven's
though
Gate people?
what's that?
Or Joel, or when you guys were talking about Heaven's Gate and Jonestown and stuff?
Yeah, the cults that they all kill themselves and whatnot. Yeah, good word, cult.
What do you think, Carter, about not to like completely pivot away from this, but because it's just disheartening, let's talk about something that's a little lighter. How do you deal with like Yahweh and his commandments to do genocide and slavery and all these terrible things in the Old Testament. Do you accept those as true?
Um, I don't know how to handle each of them, but have you heard of the Deuteronomic Deut Deutero man, the Deuteronomy reform that basically King Josiah and his scribes invented like the book of Deuteronomy to push their own agenda of like we'll go and kill all of these people who oppose us.
Yeah, I think that's what all the books were. That's what we
I
think. We
think
think they all of them were made up,
I
including the
think
Book
the
of Mormon. Like that's what we've been saying. Yeah, if you think that
yeah,
that's possible, could it have happened to Genesis too,
yeah. I mean,
or
I have
Luke?
the book of Moses and Abraham, which are rewrites of Joseph
Yeah,
Smith's inspired rewrites of the book of Genesis
yeah.
because plain plain and precious things had
Carter,
been
write your own. Just make up
lost.
a new one that says all of the genocide was a joke. You weren't supposed to really do that. Then
And I
it's
know, like
problem solved.
on the surface, you'll go, if I made up a cult, no one would believe it, but they do. Like it seems like you can almost say anything, and gullible people will believe it. You just have to look in the mirror to know that that's true.
Is that true,
Like,
Joel?
yeah, it's absolutely true. Just look at all the wacky cults. And the
Wow.
thing is that, like, you look into these things for like 5 minutes, and you can just see how it constantly falls apart. Like, Carter, is the God of Mormonism mutually exclusive? Like, I know that there's like you guys are a little bit more liberal, maybe. Like, can you guys believe Jesus Christ and whatever God Mormonism is, and Yahweh and Allah all exist?
No, just God the Father, God the Son, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost,
Okay,
and
so you guys are Trinitarians.
wives. Not Trinity though. I hate the Trinity. The Trinity is
Okay.
a garbage, bogus.
Do you guys have like a pantheon of three gods that's somewhat resemble the Christian gods?
Yes,
Okay, but they're mutually exclusive from other gods.
yes.
Okay, have you ever like?
Specifically.
It's interesting because it's a little Meso was boring, but I did a quick Bayesian analysis on my abacus about the conservative number of 250 gods that people have conceptualized over the years, all of which people had experiences
Highly
with.
conservative.
Yeah, there's way more, but these are like pantheons.
Yeah.
They've all had experiences with them. They all experienced like healing, and they wrote books about them, just exactly like your God. But, throughout the ages, the Norse ones, the Greek ones, all of them, people genuinely believed in them. And
Hmm.
if you actually like run the numbers, it's incredibly low probability that your God is the correct one. It's like less than a percent.
So I want to reiterate one that I'm not like a speaker of all Mormonism. I'm just a yapper. But I would say that um like God isn't the name of God, obviously. It's if I'm not mistaken, it comes from golden in the Germanic, which comes from Odin, so he responds to names that we culturally associate to him. So if, a Muslim is praying, Allah save me, he could respond to that name because Allah just means God in Arabic. Um, so
This
I
is
don't.
why I already asked the mutually exclusive thing. So
Oh
you're
yeah,
saying
well,
that
so
now all the gods are your God,
no, no,
just to bring up the
I'm saying that like
probability?
if someone is like asking for like the highest God to help them in their cultural understanding, um, we'll call him El Elyon. El Elyon could step in as that highest God and help them.
Just like they could the other way too, like the Hindu gods might be the real ones, but they're pretending to let Mormons think it's true because they step in.
Uh, yes. Yes, I think so.
But the other pantheons, I think, like Allah would never accept Mormonism as their god, so I think we have to respect that. And Christianity would never accept you, and all the other cults, whatever. So Mormonism, we have to treat them like they're their own thing, mutually exclusive. So if you run the numbers, and you were honest with the Bayesian analysis, it's basically less than 1%, and that's super conservative with the pantheons. Less than 1% chance that you got the god right. It's like 99.6% that it's wrong, that your god is wrong.
Also, you forgot like to
Okay.
the whole thing of it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more likely that atheism is true because, like, these gods, there's just like so many gods that everyone has experienced through the whole, throughout time, that like way, way, way later, after all these other gods existed or were conceptualized, Joseph Smith got it right suddenly. Like, that's when God finally was like, yeah, I'll expose myself.
The time
Well,
has
And
come.
in this
I,
weird way in America. Like, come on.
I would say that he has revealed himself multiple times to multiple people. I mean, we have the works of the prophets of the Bible, although they were corrupted.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what the Islam says. I can't believe, like, I genuinely, Carter, like, I want to like shake you. Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe that you're just like, because you sound smart. This is what's frustrating. You sound smart, but like you're just saying what a Muslim says, and like it's so blatantly, obviously dumb. Like, I can't. Like, it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me.
That's how I feel a little bit too. Like, I have lists of arguments, and there's like contradictions in the Bible. There's contradictions in the God, but like with Mormonism, they just are like, well, ours doesn't have that. Ours doesn't do that, and they've just like changed all the stuff. So it's like they went through all the contradictions and went, okay, how can we like fix all these contradictions but still believe in the thing that had contradictions to begin with? And they've made up this new scenario. So it's this like complex debate to go through, but like there is a underlying like deep rooted feeling that's hard to get past of like, are you fucking kidding me? Like the main point is, come on, like, come on, really?
Yeah.
This one lunatic running away from the law was, and God was like, that's my guy. That's the dude I'm gonna give like my perfect message to. It's just like so like it's just so obvious. It's hard to even like, I
But
can't even wrap my head around a good argument against it, because like it should be like, obviously this isn't it, you know.
like, what's crazy about it is they all operate the same way. Like, every single fucking dirty cult operates the same way. And like, you're going to point to another one and go, no, that's not it. Mine is the one. No, no, no. Yeah, of course, Islam says that the Bible is corrupted, but we mean the Bible is corrupted too. Like, we got the same rhetoric that the next one does. Like, come on, man. It's such a
I
joke.
also the other thing is that it's very late, and so I'm probably gonna to wrap it up. And I don't know, maybe I'll look into the Book of Mormon and find a more clear contradiction for you. But Carter, what would it take? Like, what do I need to find to disprove God for you? Like, what's the thing where you're like, this is what it's hinging on? Until Mezzo can destroy that, then I'm convinced.
I don't think anything you could do would destroy it, just as there's nothing I could do to you that would make you believe.
Yeah, there is. Present like any
Evidence.
reasonable argument, and
Well,
I'll like go, okay, that's true then.
define reasonable then.
Yeah, like if it just follows reason and it's convincing.
I mean,
Like,
I could give you something that from my understanding is very reasonable, but for your understanding falls apart.
Like, are
Um,
you thinking of something?
I can't really think of anything right
No, of
now.
course. There's
I'm really sorry about that, but
So for
yeah.
instance, Carter, like if you would say something like, my God heals people when you pray. And then we watched the God consistently heal people, like all the people when you pray. That would work. So it'd have to be something like, this is the attribute of the God. This is an evidence that the God, you can see through the God. And here it is consistently every time. It always works. But no God does that, right? Because they are not real. You'll never be able to show the God in any real practical way because they're not real.
I think that
Uh,
Carter, it's worth like looking into just like some different psychological phenomenon. There are a number of things that can lead people to believe stuff that isn't true, and that goes for you, it goes for us, it goes for Joseph Smith and his cohorts, and just as it does for every other cult that you read about on the news, or you know what, I don't know who reads the news, but you know what I mean. Like these are like well-known psychological phenomenon that explain all of this, like why people believe it, why people think God is talking to them, that kind of stuff. Like it. I would just like look a little more deeply into that kind of stuff if I were you. And yeah, I like I said, I'll keep looking up into, because I want you to like be able to escape Mormonism. I think it's a just another cult that like you deserve better than. There's plenty of friendly Mormons. They're nice people, but you don't need Mormonism for that. Like it doesn't really offer anything. And so I would like you to get away from it. I think that you deserve a better life that's closer to the truth, which is why we're doing this. So I'll look into it some more and have something ready for you next time, maybe if I remember. But it's very late, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Okay.
super late. Yeah. I mean, I made a big risk getting on with you guys, knowing that I was gonna end up yapping. I got to get up in 5 hours to go take my GED tests. So, eek, wish me
Yee,
luck.
more like Ged.
Yeah.
Good.
You're gonna pass it. You're
Well,
gonna
good
do
luck.
fine. You have nothing to worry about.
I sure
Just
hope.
like just remember to like trust math, science, and other factual things, and don't like put any like, if there's like maybe a miracle happened, just say no to the test, because they're probably gonna mark you down for that.
Sure, yes, sir.
All right, later, Carter.
All right, thank you. Good night.
Night.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just kind of a like, I can do all this like extra research. Like, I don't know Mormonism that well. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know the different things, so it's going to take like a bit of different digging, and especially since they've weakened their god at some point. Like, I feel like alien's a better description, right? He just lives on another planet and isn't all good and isn't all powerful. This is just a guy.
I just love that thing where like Mormons are proud that they're like, we fixed the problems. It's like, well, but you fixed the problems. Like your guy made up stuff. Like they went and rewrote the book to fix it.
It's Cap.
It's not cap. It's the truth.
Sorry, I'm not sure how they got up here. We're ending the live. Is it TL and the cat? Do you guys mean to be up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were invited.
By who?
You're running because you're scared, I think. I think you're scared.
Running
Just like don't say
307.
that out loud, because the audience can hear you right now. So
I don't know. They deserve the truth, which is what you're covering up.
Why are you being offensive, TL? Are you a Christian?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. How's that relevant?
I guess it's
Well,
not.
because it be kind. If you're a Christian, like act out of love. Also, We're talking about God. Are you a Muslim or something?
No.
All right. Well, then you're not up here to talk about God, or
Oh, I'm here to talk about God.
Are you
which
just
one?
like some kind of a shitty deist or something?
Whoa. Now, this is what happens when you don't have Jesus.
Oh, you're a Christian.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know.
I guess we'll
All
never
right. Well,
know.
I guess
great.
I'll start by saying
I
that
guess his fruits just can't seem to be revealed through his people, so we'll never know. How about the cat? Are you a Christian?
No, perennialist.
Like a tree?
No, well, an adherent of the perennial philosophy. I was gonna invoke
like a
the topic
hydrangea.
of
Deciduous.
mystical experience. The studies at Johns Hopkins with psilocybin. I don't know if you've heard about it, where they have
You have a
atheists
mobile
who
phone. You
volunteer
Tell
probably
to
also
TL
correct.
refer
about
to
him.
it
Joel and I
as
have
your.
to go, but you guys can chat about it. I'll leave it
Yeah, I'm
open for
falling
you.
asleep here, man.
Joel,
All
thanks
right.
for
Well,
the smart live. I had a lot of fun with you. And when are you going to be back on?
I think Saturday.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll be on Friday, I think.
Another Saturday.
hiding till
night.
Friday is crazy.
I'll hang out. I'll hang out Friday. I'll be at work, but I think I can.
I
No,
plan
you
to.
won't. No,
I
you
plan
won't.
to.
TL, what is your problem?
Joel,
No, I have no problem.
Why are you mean? Like, why are you fucking
I'm
mean?
not mean. I'm not mean.
Well, stop being rude. I
You
don't
just,
get
you just
it.
don't have a, you don't have a, maybe your disposition
Let's
is
do
the best.
this.
What, like, I know
Just
he's
let-
trying to be offensive. You're trying to say something rude. Don't be rude. Like, what's your
I'm the
problem?
least rude person here.
Okay.
You were like
good night,
dancing
everyone.
around an insult.
I'm not insulting anyone.
He's gone. Just stop being rude. Okay, be nice.
And
I think you're just
also,
running.
just like,
I think
don't
you're
tell
running.
anyone
I think
that
you're
don't tell
derailing because
anyone
you
that
know
I'm
I'm about
running.
to
Don't
kick you shit.
say that because I
don't
want
know
the
what you're
audience to
talking
like
about. I'm
me.
leaving.
Please don't say
I'm
that.
leaving.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, man. I only talk about the truth, which you're having issues with. The thing is, right? My favorite Coke is called Mayo Magic. You get it on 17th. But like I'm scared that they like put like some extra stuff in it. It feels like every time I do it, it's pre-workout. And when I used to do it like 3 years ago, it was like way smoother. It was like matcha. But now it's like some pre-workout, like some like when you drink a coffee and you're when you drink a coffee before you eat it, it's like you get jitters and shit, right? But now, or that's how it is now. But before it was like at least like a full meal. You know what I mean? Getting tea and chilling. You know what I mean? But now it's fucked. It's like fuck that shit out. I don't think that shit. They got some new like fancy fentanyl or some shit out. Jesus Christ. I can't even believe it. And the weed they have in Canada now.